Seekers of truth, welcome. I want to invite you into a story that is not locked in the past, but alive, breathing, and unfolding even now. Imagine for a moment that we are gathered beneath an ancient olive tree in the hills of Galilee. The wind moves softly through the branches. The land itself seems to remember. And as we sit together, I want to share with you a deeper way of seeing the miracles of Jesus. Not as random displays of power, not as spectacles meant to impress, but as a living spiritual map. Because beneath every miracle runs a single, unifying thread. They are not isolated wonders. They are preparation. Each miracle forms a step in an inner journey, a process of awakening that leads the soul from fragmentation into wholeness, from separation into union, and ultimately into the realization Jesus proclaimed so clearly: the kingdom of God is within you. This is the heart of the message. When viewed through an esoteric lens, through hermetic wisdom and the language of alchemy, the miracles of Jesus reveal something extraordinary. They mirror what ancient traditions called the great work, the transformation of consciousness. Alchemy was never about turning metal into gold. It was about turning the human soul into light. The ego, fearful, divided, bound to material illusion, is the base metal. Awakened consciousness, unified, aligned, and alive in God, is the gold. And every miracle Jesus performs marks a stage in this inner transformation. We see this progression clearly when we understand the alchemical stages: nigredo, dissolution and confrontation with shadow albedo; purification and cleansing citrinitas; illumination and awakening, rubedo; union, resurrection, and completion. Each miracle prepares the soul to move forward. Each one loosens a veil. Each one brings heaven closer, not from above, but from within. Now, to understand how radical this was, we must remember the world Jesus lived in. First-century Judea was ruled by Rome. Power flowed downward. Religion was controlled. Access to God was mediated by priests, sacrifices, laws, and purity systems. The divine was distant, guarded, external. You didn't approach God directly. You went through layers of authority, and then Jesus arrived and said something that shattered that entire structure. The Father is within you. No intermediaries, no gatekeepers, no veils. This wasn't just spiritual teaching, it was revolution. A revolution of consciousness. Jesus didn't overthrow empires with swords. He dismantled them by awakening the divine authority within the individual. And the miracles were not just acts of compassion, they were demonstrations of this truth. Let's begin where the journey begins. Stage 1. Preparation through purification. Nigredo and albedo. This first stage clears the inner ground. It dissolves what binds the soul: fear, illness, shame, and fragmentation. Before illumination can come, the inner vessel must be cleansed. These miracles prepare the subconscious. They loosen what has attached itself to the psyche. They make space for divine light to dwell. The exorcism in Capernaum, as told in Mark and Luke. Jesus enters the synagogue in Capernaum and begins to teach. The people are struck, not just by his words, but by the authority behind them. Suddenly, a man with an unclean spirit cries out, "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us?" Jesus does not argue. He does not question. He simply commands, "Be quiet. Come out of him." The spirit convulses the man and leaves. Esoterically, this is the burning away of false identities, parasitic thoughts, compulsions, and ego fragments that possess the psyche. The darkness is not negotiated with. It is named and released. This is calcination, the alchemical fire that burns away illusion. And notice how Jesus does this. No ritual, no priestly mediation, no appeal to external authority. The Father within speaks, and the shadows obey. The cleansing of the leper. As written in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. A man covered in leprosy approaches Jesus and kneels before him, saying, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." By law, this man is untouchable, isolated, cut off from community and worship. Jesus reaches out and touches him, saying, "I am willing, be clean." Immediately, the leprosy leaves him. This is not just healing, it is spiritual rebellion. Leprosy symbolizes isolation, decay, and separation from wholeness. Jesus restores the man by dissolving separation itself. Purity is no longer something enforced from the outside. It is restored from within. The divine does not recoil from brokenness. It enters it and makes it whole. The woman with the issue of blood, as recorded in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. For 12 years, this woman suffers constant bleeding. Her life force drains away. Doctors cannot help her. The law declares her unclean. She does not ask permission. She does not seek ritual approval. She says to herself, "If I just touch his cloak, I will be healed." She reaches out, and immediately the flow stops. Jesus feels power leave him and asks, "Who touched me?" Trembling, she comes forward, and Jesus says, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace." Esoterically, this miracle restores circulation of life energy. What has been leaking from the subconscious is sealed. Healing responds to inner alignment, not hierarchy. Faith reconnects the flow of life. The kingdom answers those who reach for it, not those who control access to it. The woman bent for 18 years, as told in Luke 13. Jesus is teaching in the synagogue on the Sabbath. He sees a woman bent over, unable to straighten herself, bound by an infirmity for 18 years. Jesus calls her forward and says, "Woman, you are set free from your infirmity." He lays his hands on her, and immediately she straightens up and praises God. The synagogue leader protests, "There are 6 days for work. Come and be healed on those days." But Jesus responds, "Should not this woman, a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan has bound for 18 years, be set free on the Sabbath day?" Esoterically, this is the dissolution of rigidity and karmic bondage. Time, law, and restriction collapse. Her body straightens as her soul is released. This miracle breaks the illusion that healing must wait, that freedom requires permission, that alignment is postponed. The kingdom does not delay. The kingdom moves now. This first stage is an act of preparation. It gently clears the inner ground, loosening what has bound the soul for so long. Fear, shame, distortion, and fragmentation begin to fall away. Through these miracles, the inner vessel is cleansed, not by force, but by truth, compassion, and alignment. And only when the vessel is made ready can the light be received without resistance. This is where the journey begins, and this is where Jesus begins, preparing the soul to remember what it was always meant to hold. Stage 2, illumination and mastery, citrinitas. Now the soul begins to awaken. What was cleansed is illuminated. What was released is replaced with clarity, confidence, and alignment. In this stage, the miracles of Jesus reveal abundance, authority, and trust. They show us that the kingdom does not merely heal, it reorders consciousness. These are not miracles of survival, but miracles of awakening. Water into wine, as stated in John 2. This is the first miracle Jesus performs at a wedding in Cana. The wine has run out. Jesus instructs the servants to fill 6 stone jars with water. They do so, and when the water is drawn out, it has become wine, and not just wine, but the finest. Esoterically, this is inner fermentation. Water represents raw, unconscious potential. Wine represents illumined joy and awakened life. Nothing external is added. No new substance is introduced. What was already present is elevated. This is the sacred marriage of opposites, the ordinary lifted into the divine. The soul learns that transformation does not come from acquiring something new, but from allowing what already exists within to mature and awaken. The miraculous catch of fish, from Luke 5. After a long night of labor, the nets are empty. Effort has produced nothing. Jesus tells Simon Peter to cast the nets again into deeper water. Though tired, Peter obeys, and the nets fill beyond capacity. Scarcity turns to abundance in an instant. Peter falls to his knees, overwhelmed. This miracle teaches that provision flows from alignment, not strain. Faith gathers what effort alone could not. The nets break because the mind expands. The soul begins to trust that abundance is not forced, it is revealed. Calming the storm, as told in Matthew 8, Mark 4, and Luke 8. A violent storm rises as the disciples cross the sea. Waves crash. Fear takes hold. Jesus stands and speaks to the wind and water. Peace, be still, and the storm obeys. This is mastery of the inner waters. The storm represents emotional chaos, fear, anxiety, overwhelm. Jesus does not suppress the storm, he commands it from stillness. Here the soul learns that authority comes not from control, but from inner calm and trust. Fear gives way to faith. Chaos yields to order. Feeding the 5,000 as recorded in Matthew 14, Mark 6, Luke 9, and John 6. A great crowd gathers. Resources appear insufficient, 5 loaves and 2 fish. Jesus blesses what is offered. He breaks it, and it multiplies. Everyone eats, and there are baskets left over. Scarcity dissolves. Blessing multiplies. There is no hoarding, no hierarchy, no exclusion. The kingdom provides from within, freely and abundantly. This miracle teaches the soul that when aligned with divine order, there is always enough and more. Taken together, these miracles reveal a single awakening. What was purified now shines. What was fearful learns trust. What was scarce reveals abundance. What was chaotic finds stillness. The soul awakens to inner authority. Not dominance over others, but mastery within. This is illumination. The light is no longer resisted, it is welcomed. And once the soul sees clearly, it is ready for the final mystery: union, surrender, and resurrection. Stage 3, union and resurrection. Rubedo. Now we reach the final veil, death. This is the last illusion the soul must face, the belief that separation is permanent, that life can be cut off, that the Father's presence has limits. In this final stage, the miracles of Jesus no longer prepare or illuminate. They reveal. Here, life itself responds to divine authority. Here, union is made visible. Here, resurrection becomes a sign of awakened consciousness. The healing of the official's son. John 4. A royal official comes to Jesus, pleading for his dying son. Jesus does not travel with him. He does not touch the child. He simply says, "Go, your son will live." The man believes and leaves. On his way home, servants meet him with the news. The fever left the boy at the very hour Jesus spoke. Healing happens at a distance. This miracle teaches that consciousness is not bound by space. Life responds to alignment, not proximity. Belief activates life. The Father within moves without limitation. The raising of the widow's son. From Luke 7, Jesus encounters a funeral procession in the town of Nain. A widow's only son has died. Her future, her security, her joy, all appear lost. Jesus is moved with compassion. He touches the bier and says, "Young man, I say to you, get up." The dead man sits up and begins to speak. Grief is interrupted. Death yields without ritual, without permission, without negotiation. This miracle reveals that divine life answers immediately when compassion speaks. No ceremony is required. The Father within restores what sorrow believes is gone forever. The raising of Jairus' daughter, as recorded in Matthew 9, Mark 5, and Luke 8. A synagogue leader pleads with Jesus to heal his daughter. Before Jesus arrives, the child dies, but Jesus says, "Do not be afraid. She is not dead, but asleep." He takes her by the hand and speaks, "Little girl, get up." And she rises. Here, death is renamed. Finality dissolves. The soul learns that what appears lost is not destroyed. It is waiting to be awakened. Union overcomes fear. Life answers the call of divine authority. The raising of Lazarus, John chapter 11. This is the ultimate sign. Lazarus has been dead 4 days. Decay has begun, hope is gone. Jesus weeps, and then he commands, "Lazarus, come out." And Lazarus walks free from the tomb. Here the message becomes unmistakable. Life answers the voice of the Father within. Jesus declares, "I am the resurrection and the life." This is not merely about restoring a body. It is about revealing eternal presence, a life that cannot be extinguished by time, death, or matter. These miracles are not random. They are not isolated wonders. They are a progression. They prepare the soul. They strip away illusion. They awaken authority. They reveal union. And finally, they culminate in resurrection, not only of the body, but of consciousness itself. Death is no longer the end. Separation is no longer real. The Father is revealed as ever-present life. Taken together, all of these miracles form a single path. First, the soul is cleansed. What binds is released. Then the soul is illuminated. What was hidden becomes clear. Finally, the soul is united. What was feared is transcended. Jesus is not merely a miracle worker. He is a guide through transformation, a revealer of what lies dormant within every human being. The kingdom is not coming later. It is not locked in the future. It is here, within you. And these miracles are not only meant to be believed, they are meant to be lived. They show us how consciousness awakens, how alignment restores life, and how divine presence reveals itself from within. If this perspective opens something within you, allow it to continue working quietly. And if you'd like to explore more teachings like this, consider subscribing, liking the video, and turning on notifications. Until next time, remain open, remain grounded, and walk gently in the light within you. May you stay blessed and aligned to your higher truth.